Global warming is the increase of average world temperatures as a result of what is known as the greenhouse effect. Certain gases in the atmosphere act like glass in a greenhouse, allowing sunlight through to heat the Earth's faces, but trapping the heat as it radiates back into space. As the greenhouse gases build up in the atmosphere, the Earth gets hotter. The process is leading to a rapid change in climate, also known as climate change. Today, we're going to discuss the influence of the global warming caused to worldwide. Before entering the issue, we're going to show a report about global warming from BBC News.
Human activities is changing the climate in unprecedented and sometimes irreversible way, a major UN scientific report has said. The landmark starting words of increasingly extremely heat waves, drought and flooding, and the key temperature limit being broken in just over a decade. The report is a calling for humanity, said the UN chief, but scientists said the catastrophe can be avoided if the world acts fast. The new report also made clear that the warming we have experienced today has made change to many of our planetary support systems. The ocean will continue to warm. Mountain and polar glaciers will continue melting for decades or centuries.
About the positive influence global warming brought, one is the temperatures rise in winter, so the number of people who suddenly die in winter is less than before. The other is there is too much carbon dioxide, which plants need when they undergo photosynthesis, so plants grow fast, and green area has a substantial increase. Also, in subpolar area, because of the melting of ice sheets, cultivated area has become bigger.
About the negative impact global warming is having a measurable effect on the planet. 1. Increase in average temperature extremes. One of the most immediate and obvious effects of global warming is the increase in temperature around the world. The average global temperature has increased by about 0.8 degrees Celsius over the past 100 years, and since record keeping began in 1895, the temperature extremes also gradually get higher than past. 2. Plants and animals. Many species of plants and animals are already moving their range northward or to higher altitudes as a result of warming temperatures. They look for a comfortable environment to survive, but they were forced to leave their native translation because of global warming. 3. Sea levels. One of the primary manifestations of climate change so far is melt. In general, as ice melts, sea level rise. In 2014, the World Meteorological Organization reporting that sea level rise accelerated 3 mm per year on average worldwide. This is around double the average annual rise of 1.3 mm in the 20th century. Global sea levels has risen about 20 centimeters since 1870, according to EPA, and the rate of increase is expected to accelerate in the coming years. If current trends continue, many coastal areas where roughly half of the Earth's human population lives will be inundated.
Finally, after listening effects of global warming, did you understand more outcomes which global warming leads to? Although you may think global warming just has negative impacts, it also brings advantage to us. Therefore, don't generalize about one thing. In addition, the negative influence which it causes may endanger our ecological system. As a result, the bottom line is that decreasing carbon emission makes global warming slow down. Don't put the cart before the horse. Such drastic climatic changes trigger many permanent consequences such as increasing heat waves, glacier and ice melting, rising sea levels, coastal regions threatened by floods and varied crops. In brief, the flora and the fauna are at stake. Thus, we have to think, what should we do to stop or reduce such negative effects? I think we can embark on some common things that we can do in our daily life to help the earth. For example, keep track of the ground, doing good recycling, and save water, save electricity, and so on. Last, we should raise awareness of the environment. Then, we should give our earth a good treatment. This way, we can keep a sustainable development with the earth.
After completing this report, I felt that I have benefited a lot. It had changed my stereotype of global climate change because I always thought that it had the vast majority of its disadvantage and didn't think about its benefits before. They also led to a sudden realization when I was looking up the information and realizing that the benefits it brought were just that I kept blocking it. In addition, I reflect on the fact that the country's centripetal force in preventing climate change is far from enough, so it continues to cause the serious disaster mentioned above. They not only affect human beings but also affect all living beings. It can be seen that it cannot be taken carelessly and needs to require the public to work together to improve the future donation of human beings or all living things.
Although global warming is not necessarily a bad influence, I think if global warming continues to intensify and the Earth's temperatures keep rising, sooner or later, the creatures and human beings on Earth will be unable to bear it, which will have a major impact on our life. I think the problem of global warming must be taken seriously by everyone, so I hope that we can slow down the intensification of climate change through some simple environmental protection actions, such as reducing the use of plastic products and taking public transportation more often. Let the global warming situation be improved.
After completing this report, I gained a new understanding of the impact of global warming on the environment. There are not only disadvantages but also some advantages. But after understanding these negative effects, I think everyone has a responsibility to stop the deterioration of global warming. We can reduce carbon emissions in our lives, use more of the Earth's renewable resources, and promote the concept of sustainable development. Ultimately, with this knowledge and advocacy, I hope that the planet will become a better place and that every species will be able to live safely.
Through this presentation, it makes me change the global warming concept. Of course, I am got to report this presentation. If I don't report it, I will not understand deeply. Moreover, not only give rise to advance, but also bring disadvantage. For example, we should have seasonal food, use reusable food, and have native food. Many ways we can take action. Each one does one thing. Our modern planet will be beautiful one day.